And to you, good day.
I was wondering if you could give any advice on channeling, vocal channeling.
I just did.
I know. Now I don't have a question.
That's all right. You can make a statement if you wish. You don't need to have a question to speak with us.
Well,
Why are you interested in vocal channeling? I'll ask you the questions.
Because I'm doing that, and
You're already doing it.
yeah.
But why is that exciting for you?
Because it's exciting and
Oh, good reason.
different. I like it.
All right. And so, will you do it publicly? Are you doing it
Eventually.
publicly?
I've been doing it for my family.
Publicly?
No.
You don't have to. I'm just asking a question.
No.
Is that part of your excitement or not?
It could be.
Oh, all right. Do you want to explore that?
Yeah.
All right. How will you do that?
By going out in public and trying to do it, I guess.
Is that a question?
I don't know.
Will you start having seminars and invite people to come that you don't know so you can channel for them?
Depends if I'm still on this earth.
What makes you think you wouldn't be?
I don't know. Someone told me something.
What did they tell you?
That I might be going soon. But
All right. Well, if you do, then you'll know it. And that will be the perfect timing if it happens automatically.
All right.
Because any time that you're really done, if you were really done, you'd be gone.
Okay.
And if you are wondering whether or not you're done, all you need to do is lie down on the floor and close your
not
eyes and
dead.
count to 10. And if you can open them at the end, you're not done.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean dead, but
That's it. Because if you were saying, I'm done, I'm ready to go, if you really were done, you'd be gone.
okay. Can you tell me anything about the channeled writings I've done?
The what?
Writings?
Of
They're-
what?
I have no idea. It's,
Do you mean automatic writing? What about it?
I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't even
Well, it's a
understand
form of
writing.
channeling, but you're allowing the information to be translated through writing instead of through vocal.
Yeah.
What else do you need to know about that?
Just want to know if they have any meaning.
What do you mean if they have any meaning? You mean things that you've written?
Yeah. Like, to have any symbolic meanings. I don't know. What's it for?
Are you saying that what you're writing is not decipherable by you?
No.
Why not?
It's from, it's like a different language, and also it's just like
All right.
drawings of things that.
Well,
make
you
no
may be
sense.
gathering together certain connections that you have to help inspire you to move forward, but ultimately, the idea of automatic writing is to write in a language that you can decipher. So for now, you may just be gathering information in a way that's connecting to what you call ancient lives and things like that to give you more ability, more impetus, more confidence about moving forward. But ultimately, if you continue automatic writing, it ultimately would come out in a form that you actually can read.
Okay.
And other people can read. Otherwise, what's the point?
Do you know Asasi?
Not by that name. What is it?
He's the person I channel.
All right.
I was
What
just
is it to you?
I don't know. He told me you know him in some form.
Well, all right. We know many of your higher minds in some form, so it may be that. But we can't always discern specifically because you're dealing with millions and millions and millions of entities.
Is there anything that I need to know
There are many things you need to know,
at this time?
but you'll find them all out if you keep acting on your excitement.
Okay.
Why? Thank you. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it. Not a second before you need to know it, but I guarantee you not a second later than you need to know it if you remain in the present.
All right.
Yes?
Yeah.
Does this help you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you. Remember that through all this information that we share with all of you, the bottom line is that we are encouraging you to know you are self-empowered. Decide for yourselves, discern for yourselves, choose for yourselves what is really true for you, and do it. Simple as that. You don't have to overcomplicate it, overthink it, overanalyze it, break it down into so many details that take so much more time to deal with. You don't have to manipulate and control things and force them into position. Just let them. Just allow them. This is one of the reasons why we are going to be talking about allowance in an upcoming transmission, so that there is more clarity about exactly what that means and how to do it. It's simple. Yes?
Hello.
to you, good day.
I want to start by saying thank you for all you do.
All right.
You've been a big impact on my life in the last couple of years.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing the information to be used by you in your life in an impactful way.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about dreams.
Yes.
Who are these drop-ins? Who are the characters? I mean,
Drop-ins?
Well, I mean, I've seen seen my face on every character in the dreams at times. I've
Yes.
seen different ones, but I mean, everything that happens during the day
Yes.
seems to happen in the dreams.
Well, sometimes that's what dreams do. You are recalibrating, reassessing, reprocessing your daily experience. That's one kind of dream. It's not the only kind, but it's one kind. You are going over your footprints, in a sense, going over your blueprints, making sure that that's what you really wanted to experience. You may be making some subtle alterations, some subtle changes to experience something different next in the physical dream, because physical reality is another dream of a type. So that just sounds like a processing dream, like an assessment dream, making sure that you're doing what you really prefer to be doing, looking at yourself, reflecting things to yourself, examining yourself from that particular series of points of view.
Okay, I've read some recommendations that you've had, like Journey of Souls, Destiny of Souls.
Yes.
And in there, they talk about karma a lot.
Well, karma is really, again, kind of an outmoded definition. It's just an issue of balance. That's all it really is. It's an issue of recognition of being out of balance and making a choice to go back into balance. And if you make a choice to go back into balance, then there is no karma. That's the whole point. It's just that impetus, that urge, that energy that encourages you to go back into balance with creation. If you want to call it karma, by all means. But it's really just the sensation when you're out of balance. That's all it really is. It's a correcting mechanism.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, more
Yes, sir,
formality.
again.
Ooh.
Okay. I knew I was going to
Yes,
do that.
sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Okay. Let's skip a couple of frames. Maybe
All right. Bop, bop. Skipped.
skipped. In a sense, you're my higher mind, and
I'm a reflection of it, yeah.
a reflection of it. So say you were in this physical body. What would you be doing in this physical body? What would you take from this whole event? What would you do after leaving in this physical body?
But what are your choices? Name some choices.
Well, it's all going to change once I leave here. Everything's,
Yes.
changes.
But if you're going through an exercise now, you can make some choices now, even if they change when you actually leave. This is just practice for recognizing that you have choices when you leave, and that all you need to do is pick the most exciting one, whatever it is at that particular moment. But what you were asking to do, in a sense, is practice.
Well, I currently have the occupation as a truck driver.
All right, is that exciting for you?
Well, sometimes. It can be
That
upsetting.
means no.
Yeah. I knew that was coming.
All right. See how psychic you are?
I've been trying to train myself that there is no concept, that time doesn't exist. All there is the moment.
It
to
does
now.
as an experience,
Yeah, as an
even though
experience.
it's also an illusion or a side effect. But that doesn't deny the experience of time.
The challenging thing is with
Yes.
this occupation is that everything is constructed around time. You know, the whole occupation.
Yes.
From the electronic logs.
Well,
getting to this
again-
place, getting to that place.
All
on
right.
time.
Well, if there are aspects of it you do find exciting, then perhaps you can learn to do the rest of them in a more exciting way. Or this may be your message to yourself telling you that there's something more exciting you could be doing. Do you not believe yet that a more exciting thing can support you in life?
The ego is a little stubborn.
Well, why would you choose to be stubborn? Because that's a choice.
Well, we currently live under a monetary system that requires.
I don't care.
Yeah.
That's an excuse. Do you believe or do you not believe that what excites you can support you? It's all right for you to say, no, I don't believe it yet. Because if you don't believe it yet, it's not wise to leave the thing you're doing you believe does support you until such time as you've practiced acting on your excitement enough to let it prove to you that it can actually support you. And then when you're good and ready to let go of the things you are not excited about because for now you believe you need them to be supported, then you will let them go and you will allow your excitement to show you every moment that it actually can support you in whatever way you actually truly need to be supported, which I've already said isn't always with money. But you have to be open to the different forms of support, the different forms of abundance, because you're always abundant in something. But you can be abundant in things you don't prefer to be abundant in. But you are never not abundant. It's impossible for you, any of you, to not be abundant. It's just a matter of what you're abundant in. So no one lacks abundance, but you can have an abundance of lack.
Well, it's been
So when you turn the definition around that way, you will realize, well, this is easier. I don't have to learn to be abundant. I just have to choose how I can be more abundant in more ways. I'm okay with that. I will allow more abundance to come into my life in all the ways it needs to, whatever the path of least resistance truly is. If sometimes that's money, so be it. If sometimes it's a gift, so be it. If sometimes it's a synchronous experience, so be it. Because you're not making a differentiation between the different forms of abundance as one being more valid than another, because it isn't. Is this helping?
It is helping, absolutely.
All right, so when you allow yourself to practice doing what excites you more than what you're doing, it will eventually show you that it can support you. And when you're ready, maybe you'll make the switch. When you finally believe it can, you will make the switch. But until you believe it can, don't make the switch. Because it's not wise, as we say, to jump off a cliff if you don't believe you have a parachute. You'll just go splat. But the timing is up to you. Since you are concerned with time, the timing is up to you. Does this help?
Yes, absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Very
Anything
grateful.
else?
I think that about covers it for now.
Then my advice to you for the moment would be keep on trucking.
Keep on talking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
I just want to say you're awesome.
I only have some awe. I thought I was full of awe, which makes me awful.
Okay. All right.
But thank you.
Okay, I wrote down my question actually before I got here because I knew I would be called.
All right, well, speak up and be bold and be clear so that all may hear what you have to share.
All right. I am told, and I intend to use beauty as a doorway toward obtaining wealth, power, in order to bring forth occult practices, magic, art, healing, science, and technological advancements for humanity.
Well, good for you.
But
after that statement, there's a but? My goodness.
I know. I need to know two things.
Yes, well, number one being what?
What is beauty in its truest form? And also, how can I believe in myself enough that this amazing destiny is possible without doubting myself? Because I find myself thinking, who am I to...
Oh, yes, who am I, poor little me, loathsome, unworthy, undeserving me. Why should I experience grace and beauty and alignment and love and creativity? Even though I can imagine them, perhaps I'm just being tortured by being able to, because I'll never achieve that because I'm not worthy of the things that I'm capable of imagining. What kind of a reality are you imagining here? One where you can imagine such things but not be capable of them? That's not possible. What's your definition here? Look at your definitions, because that's where all this is coming from. The idea of doubt is not a lack of trust. You don't have a lack of trust. You have a 100% trust in a definition of yourself that's out of alignment. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You are trusting a definition of yourself that's out of alignment. That's what doubt is. Trust in a definition that's not true for you. So when you realize that and start looking for the definition and creating the definition that you believe is true for you and start trusting that, you will experience life in a very different way, in an expanding way, in the way that you have described it, as long as, again, you're not insisting on the particular way in which those things may unfold. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yeah, meaning you're not sure?
No, I'm not sure.
Well, thank you for being honest.
Okay.
So, are you following what we're saying here? That's beauty. Being in alignment with yourself is true beauty. Yes?
Yeah.
So be beautiful and don't consider yourself ugly by being out of alignment with your true self and buying into negative fear-based beliefs about yourself that allow you to buy into definitions that have nothing to do with you. You may have bought into these definitions and they may have been spoon-fed to you while you were growing up from your parents, from your friends, from your society, from your school. You're not good enough. You're not worthy. You're not deserving. Blah, blah, blah. Those are usually statements that they fear are true about themselves and have nothing to do with you. You understand? You're carrying around baggage that doesn't belong to you. That's what weighs you down. Anytime you feel weighed down, anytime you feel hamstrung in that way, like you're dragging a weight and you're playing the victim game, you are then given the clue, because of how it feels, that you're dragging around ideas and beliefs about yourself that just aren't true. The things that belong to you weigh nothing. They're light as a feather. The truth is light as a feather. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you feel weighed down, if you feel blocked, stuck, unable to be who you prefer to be, that means you've got a definition that you're unaware of and you need to find out what it is, because as soon as you find out what the definition is that's out of alignment with your true self, as soon as you identify it consciously, it will appear immediately nonsensical and illogical, and as soon as it appears that way, you'll drop it. It'll be gone. But if it's not gone, you haven't found it yet. So dig deeper.
I think I found it just now.
Oh, all right. What is it?
I believe that I couldn't have it all.
Why not?
I don't know. Because
You understand that you may not have everything that exists, but certainly you are entitled to everything that is relevant for you, which means you can have all of what's relevant for you. And why would you want anything else but that anyway? Yes?
Yeah,
Yeah. Makes sense?
it does.
Yeah, simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bring it down to the proper definition, and it will be very simple to understand. If it's still difficult to understand, still seems too complicated, then you have negative definitions that you need to let go of, because the truth is simple. Beauty is simple. You understand?
Yeah,
Does this help you?
it does.
All right. Anything else?
One more thing.
Yes.
Why has Reiki worked so well for me?
Well, it's a permission slip that obviously resonates with you. Do you understand permission slips? Yes. We've explained them. All tools, all techniques, all rituals, all practices, all exercises, all objects, all of them are permission slips. You believe with your belief system will allow you to be more of who you are. They allow you to give yourself permission to be more of who you know yourself to be. You don't really need the permission slip, but you can use them in beneficial ways for yourself, for other people who gravitate with their belief systems to those particular permission slips that allow them to become more of who they are through those interactions, through those relations, through those interchanges and encounters that you call Reiki or meditation or yoga or crystals or anything. If it aligns with your belief in a way that allows you to be more of who you are, then it's a permission slip that works for you at that moment. When it no longer works, find another one. or get to the point where you realize that you're the one giving yourself permission anyway, and you don't really need any other tool, technique, ritual, object, practice, or so forth in order to actually be more of who you are. But that's up to you.
Okay.
Does this help?
All right. Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're
How many people are here for the first time? So we actually have quite a few people. This is your first time. Well, I'm April Rochelle of Bashar Communications, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this last day of our Galactic Weekend with Bashar. This has truly been an extraordinary experience because a lot of energies have been coming through from different civilizations. The first night, Bashar was bringing through information about the Interstellar Anagram of the Gray civilization and the Anunnaki and the Orion civilization. And then last night, we learned more about the Enneagram of the Essassani civilization as well as the Shalanaya. And tonight, we get to tune into more information about the Sirius civilization, Pleiadian, Arcturus, and I believe there will be some information about the reptilian civilization also. So one of the things that we were talking about is that Daryl is experiencing all these different energies coming through his system, and it's been quite extraordinary for him. I mean, not that he's not experienced these before, but as you can see, it's all very consolidated. And simultaneously, we're having the experience of learning a different history of planet Earth, one that's much more complete, one that gives us a much richer background. Some of it is probably very startling to some people, but we believe eventually these are the kinds of types of information that's going to come to light as we have extraterrestrial contact in the upcoming future. And also, one of the things that I noticed when Bashar starts talking about the hybrid civilizations and the energy of the balance that they bring through and the joyful way that they approach life, I can feel the love that comes through with that, and the sense of rejoining with our family and how beautiful that feeling is. So that was one of the really sweet parts of last night, was experiencing that bond that we have with not only the children that have been created, but, you know, our future selves that are also participating in this experience. So today we will see what he brings through about the other civilizations. Let's see. I just wanted to also mention that we do have contact crystals available at the present time. We just got a shipment in, so we're pretty excited about that. And that is just a way that you can use that as a permission slip to tune into the Essassani civilization. It has the design of the Bashar's family crest on the contact crystal, and it can be used as a permission slip to make a vote for contact and to as a sign that you are open to having contact with other beings. Also, other people just use it for other things and have fun with it because that's what it's all about. Mentioning that our next upcoming event will be in San Francisco, and that session will be entitled Angels and Demons, and that is on November 15th. So I think that's going to be a really exciting session to hear Bashar's perspective on what we consider to be devils or demons and what we consider to be angels. So it might be a little bit different than what your traditional definitions have been in the past. Also wanted to mention that we do have a dolphin trip that is scheduled for October, I think it's the 19th to the 25th. It's entitled Cetacean Celebration, and it is a week-long workshop where we go out and swim with the dolphins every morning for about 3 or 4 hours, the wild dolphins. And we do Bashar meditations in the mornings and in the afternoons. And it takes you on a very deep journey into communication with other species and helps to prepare you for the eventuality of contact with extraterrestrials. So if that's something that's exciting to you, check out our website and you can see more information on that. Okay, well, I think that's really everything. So we'll go ahead and get started. And it's my great pleasure to bring to you the most wonderful channel in the world, Daryl Anka. All right, everybody ready? About to take our next step of our voyage, which will be about all these other civilizations and something about the future. So thank you, Daryl and Bashar, for being this window into the future.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. Really appreciate it. I'm just going to go right in, so please have fun, and I'll see you later. All right, it'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right, all right. Thank you. Once again, we will thank each and every one of you for allowing the co-creation of this transmission in this way. And we thank you for the gift of allowing us to experience each and every one of you that are a unique facet of the multidimensional crystal of creation, which expands our understanding of all the different ways that creation can express itself. We will continue with the transmission that we have titled the Interstellar Anagram by first and foremost very briefly reminding you of what we have covered and bringing it up, as you say, to speed. The idea is that we began with this 9-box matrix, beginning with the Anunnaki energy that introduced their genetics to create Homo sapien. And we introduced the idea of the Orion transformational energy, the symbols on this particular image being representative of the vibrational states of these different civilizations, these different dimensions. The Orion being representative of great transformation from dark to light, negativity to positivity, limitation to freedom that you are now experiencing in your transformational age on your Earth. We introduced the idea of the Gray Federation, which is a collection of various beings you have lumped under the title of the Greys, that are really mutated humans from a parallel Earth reality that destroyed their civilization and shifted into your parallel reality and other parallel realities to extract viable human DNA so they could reconstitute their reality, reconstitute their culture by creating hybrids. We introduced the idea that we, of course, as we have said before, are one of the 5 hybrid civilizations that resulted from this hybridization agenda, this program. We also talked about the idea that your own planet of Earth, represented by the center block in the diagram, will become the idea of the 6th hybrid race as you begin to activate and turn on the switches of all the different genetic material that connects you to different extraterrestrial civilizations and allow the energies of those genetic markers to come to full fruition in the expression of your reality. And we talked about the symbol on the right being the Yael or Shalanaya civilization, which will be the hybrid civilization you will have open contact with first, sometime between your years of 2025 and 2033. We also illuminated the idea that as the Earth becomes the 6th hybrid race, it will be a combination of the other 5 races, of which we are the 3rd. The Yael being the 5th race to be created, but the first that you will encounter, because the first hybrid race created is still very much like the Greys, and they will be the last that you will encounter in open contact with the hybrid civilizations. Aside from the fact that we also discussed that there are hybrid children that exist on ships that will eventually, during the window of contact, be brought down physically to your planet. They will begin to start living in safe enclaves, isolated enclaves around your world to give them time to acclimate to your society as your society acclimates to them, to begin the procedure, the active procedure of the Earth becoming more and more familiar with its own hybridization, with the energies that exist within each human being, and moving toward the idea of becoming the sixth hybrid race, which will eventually blend with all the other five to create what we have called the seventh hybrid race far in the future, which will be a race that is very different than any that has existed before. We will now continue the idea of the exploration of what we would call the mentorships, the top level, beginning on the left with the symbol of the black background and the white circle, blue circle, black circle. That is the vibrational telephone number, if you will, the vibrational symbol or representation of the star system and the civilization that you know as Sirius. Now, notice that the first level down below with the Anunnaki, Orion, and Great Federation represents the idea of the foundation, what began the whole adventure. The middle level is representative of us and another civilization, the Yael, that are bracketing your planet now and are interacting with you now at present more than almost any other civilization to help guide you, walk hand in hand, arm in arm through this idea of transformation, to guide in a very energetic way, to guide in a very active way, to guide in an informational way in what represents the present state of affairs. The idea of the upper level of Sirius, the Arcturus energy, and the Pleiadian energy represents, in a sense, the future. Where you are headed, what you shall mirror in your own civilization in becoming the sixth hybrid race. But we also mean it in a very different way, which we'll explain in a minute. Beginning with Sirius, you can know that, as we have recently discussed, they have upgraded as we have upgraded vibrationally. They are going through their own transformation as we are, as you are. We are all climbing the ladder together, but we are all on different rungs. Sirius functions in a very similar way to the way we function for you, as a guide, as a mentorship, as a dispenser of information on varieties of subjects that we explore in our consciousness to allow us to shift from fourth density to fifth density, even as you are shifting from third to fourth density. And they are shifting from the idea of fifth to sixth density. There are, however, two components to the Sirius vibration. That which is a non-physical consciousness and that which actually inhabits a physical planet, which are represented by a race of amphibious style beings, similar in a sense to what you would recognize on your planet as a kind of a salamanderish sort of being. There is a lot of water on their planet. They go in and out of it, stay in it quite long, duration periods, though they can exist outside of it. They have visited your Earth in ancient times, and one of the visitations that has been recorded in your history that is now coming to prominence, now coming to light for some time, is the civilization that you know of as the Dogon. And this Dogon civilization met with many of the beings from Sirius, these amphibious beings, and these meetings were recorded, and the Sirius beings taught many things to the tribe of the Dogon on your planet: agriculture, mathematics, celestial phenomenology, and so forth. And this is now recorded in what you are discovering in the Dogon traditions. Now, you have referred to this physicalized race from Sirius from the Dogon, calling them the Nomos. But this is actually two words. The name they have for themselves in their own civilization is the Os. But when they came and introduced themselves, they simply said Nomos, which means I am Os. But it was assumed to be simply the entire name. But it is a sentence. Nomos, I am Os. So, you will have in this Sirius civilization that is physical, these amphibious beings, which are still in contact with your world vibrationally, though they haven't visited for quite some time physiologically. But they will do so again as part of the contact agenda after you have made contact with the hybrid civilizations of the Yael and our civilization first, though we will be the third civilization to make contact with you physically. We will not discuss the second one at the moment. The idea of the non-physical Sirius consciousness is a higher order consciousness that is already sixth density, that allows you the opportunity, by tapping into that vibration, to really as you would say, pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, to really align with a very high frequency energy that can help download information and knowledge to you on a vast array of subjects, that can aid and assist you in life, that can really amplify and magnify the connection between your physical mind and your non-physical higher mind, because they exist in a very, very high vibrational state of higher mind, and in many ways they function in alignment, in allegiance, in alliance with our own Ethasani higher mind. And the amplification of the higher mind of Earth, the higher mind of Ethasani, the higher mind of Sirius, is a very formidable triad of energy that you can tap into for all forms of creative expression, informational downloads, inspirational ideas, to aid and assist you in many creative ways. So just by meditating on that symbol, the Sirius symbol, the vibrational phone number, if you will, you can allow yourself within 15 minutes maximum to drift into the frequency domain that is represented by the blending of the physical Sirius amphibians and the non-physical Sirius consciousness, and allow yourself to align with that in any creative endeavor and come from that energy to allow your inspiration to freely flow in an ecstatic state while you are creating. Now, you will notice off to the left that there is an open-ended box that says reptilian. We will address this now, beginning down at the lower box that says Proto-Sapien. Proto-Sapien is the general name that we are using right now to represent what you would recognize as the first humanoid forms that spawned most of the humanoid forms that we are talking about in your galaxy. They, a long, long time ago, began doing all sorts of genetic alterations and blendings of their energy with other kinds of species to aid and assist in the natural evolutionary process that goes on within creation, which sometimes is actually handled by actual beings making genetic alterations within other species. It's actually one of the evolutionary mechanisms that exist within creation, along with the natural flow of genetic material, along with the idea of quick shifts in mutation. The idea of actual genetic interjection from other species is one of the evolutionary mechanisms that exists, as you are experiencing now with the Grey Federation, creating the hybrid civilizations that they require to allow their culture to continue in what you call the abduction phenomenology, but also creating the hybrids and awakening within you your hybridized connections to aid and assist your civilization so that you do not go down the same negative path that they went down and destroy your world. But the idea of the Proto-Sapiens is that a long time ago they visited your world when there were the life forms on your planet that you call the dinosaurs. And they extracted from many of those saurian species genetic material to blend with their own to create what you now call the reptilian species that you encounter from time to time. So they are genetically related to you because they are from the same DNA pool that also spawned you on your planet. However, the idea also continued to evolve in a variety of ways that gave rise to the physical Sirius civilization that we are describing as amphibious salamanders. So they also contain some of the original Proto-Sapien and reptilian genetic material that connects them fully to your planet Earth. So they really are genetic family to you in many ways. And that is why these vibrational symbols will work well for you as permission slips, because you really do have a familial connection in your genetics. You actually contain some of the same genetic markers, and by activating them, by focusing and meditating on these vibrational symbols, you can open up those genetic frequencies and really tap into other members of the family that are spread among the stars, and make connections that will allow you to function in a more holistic way, not only on your own planet, but also with regard to the idea of entering the Galactic Alliance that you will eventually become a member of. We will now move not so much to the next block, which is the Arcturus energy, but we will skip that for a moment and go straight to the Pleiadian energy. The idea is that you have had some encounters on your planet with these humanoid beings that are, in a sense, your cousins. They are a direct offshoot of the idea of the original Orion diaspora, when they transformed themselves from negative to positive and spread among the stars in a positive way, they also went to the Lyran systems, Lyran star systems, and developed civilizations there, but eventually also went to some of the Pleiadian star systems and developed civilizations there. And because you also contain the idea of the Orion energies of transformation, then that also directly connects you to the Pleiadians as a type of cousin, several times removed, if you wish. In dealing with the Pleiadian energy, they are to some degree the best representation of what your planet will become physiologically. When you develop the idea of star travel, when you develop the idea of a unified Earth in a positive way, when you develop the ideas of free energy, when you develop the ideas of true, familiar sisterhood and brotherhood on your planet, it will be very, very similar, of course still unique, but very similar to the idea of the way the Pleiadian societies exist now. So they are, in a sense, a very good society to mirror vibrationally, because it is really they who represent your best potential in fourth density transformational physical reality. And in allowing yourself to absorb that energy and really allow yourself to feel that you do, in fact, on your planet still live among the stars. Remember, even though we may seem alien to you, you are all aliens to us. So you also inhabit a planet among the stars, and to other species you are just as alien as other species may seem to you. So by mirroring and matching the vibration of the Pleiadians, you start to really take your place in that galactic alliance in a way that is representative of your full potential as physical beings on the planet Earth as you are becoming the sixth hybrid race. Going back to the idea for a moment of the Arcturus energy, this is not so much a physical civilization as it is, again, like the higher level Sirius vibration, a non-physical consciousness. But it has connected itself to the goings-on your transformational Earth for a very specific reason. And that specific reason is the Arcturus energy is a type of vibration that is very specific to fine-tuning energies, fine-tuning frequencies, and allowing you to function more in alignment with your true natural self, so that the people being born on your planet now, incarnating on your planet now for a little while, do not forget as much of who they actually are. Do not forget that they are greater beings. They come through what is called the Arcturus gate, the Arcturus portal, the Arcturus vibration that aligns energy and crystallizes energy in incarnational ways in a specific way that allows you to vibrate at a level where you exhibit more and more of who you are. And that is why you are seeing in your planet now more and more prodigies being born, more and more children who remember the idea of other lives, more and more of what you call the indigo species that have great abilities beyond what would seem to be normal for what they have learned on your physical planet. They are connecting to other simultaneous existing incarnations from the oversoul level. They are bringing through informations that can teach the adults on your planet many, many different kinds of things that you need to remember about yourselves in order to function in this way more holistically, more globally, more galactically, and allow yourselves to propel yourselves and accelerate yourselves rapidly in the direction of your true potential as a species, becoming more fully human than you've ever been before, and allowing yourself to begin to truly awaken those switches within your genetic makeup to allow you to move in the direction of becoming the sixth hybrid race. As we have said, the general window of open contact will be sometime, as we read the energy now, between your years of 2025 and 2033. And toward the ending of that window, you will find there will be a high degree of acceleration in the comings and goings of extraterrestrial beings. As we have said, you will be given more information about your true history on Earth, all the way back to Lemurian times, even further back, when there were other civilizations on your planet that you know absolutely nothing about. And from Lemurian into Atlantean times, into Egyptian times, into the idea of what you now consider to be your modern history, many, many bits of information that have been lost to you will be brought back to you by those who have observed your planet for eons and know exactly the history that you have all forgotten. And bringing back that history And changing those history books will allow you to really open up to a bigger understanding of your place in galactic history and how you fit in vibrationally to the idea of creation and what it is you have chosen for yourselves to perpetuate, what it is you have chosen for yourselves to experience, what parts you are playing in this galactic play that you may have forgotten that you chose to play. And as you go through that awakening and begin to experience technological marvels on your planet and begin to move out into the stars, as we have said, you yourselves will then begin to interact with other civilizations that don't know about a lot of these things, and you will become their mentors. You will become their guides. You will get the practice of interacting with other civilizations in a way of having first contact with them in the same way that we have first contact with you and other civilizations. You will become their UFOs. And they will look up into the sky and see your ships, and they will have their discussions and their dialogues about their relationship to you and their relationship to the stars, and you will guide them along this path as we are guiding you, and others came before you, and others came before us. And you will take your place in that pantheon. We thank you for allowing us to disseminate this information to you at this time. And if you look at the box at the top that says Hyper Sapien, you will know that this connects to what many people on your planet have called the tall whites, and also connects to what many people on your planet have recognized as the Andromedan galaxy vibration. This is a very high level of energy. It does connect directly back down to the Proto-Sapien and connects very strongly to the Anunnaki in terms of what they have evolved into, because the Anunnaki no longer exist as they used to, but they have become these Hyper Sapiens that aid and assist in a very different way in the transformation of many different civilizations, of which we have just given some dissertations upon. And they can act as a beacon, as a guiding light, as you understand that your galaxy and the galaxy of Andromeda are heading toward each other, and many millions of years from now will merge and join into one giant galaxy. It is a symbol and it is a reflection that these energies are blending within you, that you can now take advantage of the fact that there is a level, a vibrational level of consciousness, a vibrational level of energy that is representative of this highly accelerated level of being and awareness. And as you begin to wake up into the idea that physical reality is just a dream and become far more lucid in the physical dream, then you will see that it is just your projection, it is just your illusion, it is just your symbol, it is just what guides you along the path of your best being to be the you that you prefer to be by acting on your highest joy, your highest passions, which will always serve you, always support you, and always guide you unerringly, because this is just physics and that's the way the machine works, and it works the same for all of you. There are no exceptions. In gratitude and appreciation now for allowing us to disperse this information to you, we ask, how may we be of service to you with your